Good morning to all of you. Am I audible? Good morning to all of you. Am I audible? Yes. Uh, uh, Due to some problem, I am unable to schedule class this week. So I have scheduled today. So what we have discussed in the last session, that we are in the module number 2, that is moving loads and influence lines, right? Means we are considering the effect of moving load. Up till now we have studied up till now we have studied how to draw the shear force diagram, bending moment diagram. But in this module, but that is for static loads. But in this chapter, our aim is to consider the effect of moving load with respect to position, not with respect to time. There is a separate course as an elective course, maybe in undergraduate studies, that is structural dynamics, or in postgraduate studies, that is also there as a compulsory subject, right? Elective means choice will be there for the students, right? That is the thing. And for that purpose we need to draw the influence line diagram. And what is the definition of influence line diagram? Can anybody throw some light? Whatever you try to understand. Roshan, you just turn on your mic and give me the definition of influence line. What is it? आवाज येतोय रोशन? Roshan or anybody else? Shreyash, please, just whatever you have try to understand. Or Samriddhi, can you tell me the, or tell all of us the definition of influence lines? Now almost maybe this is the fourth or third session uh, from this module number 2. Harshal, Abhijit, what is the definition of the influence lines? If you are interested, then we will schedule the session. Otherwise, I will stop. Uh, if you are interested to study, or if you are not able to give responses. Am I audible? What is the definition of the influence lines? Abhijit, Samriddhi, Roshan, Harshal. Yeah, somebody said that it shows the reaction for shear force and bending moment. Actually, it is a diagram which when unit load is moving either from left support to the right support or right to left. When this load is moving from one position to another position, from one end to other end, then how your reaction is changing, or how your shear force is changing, and how your bending moment is changing. At any instance of time, you will get the values of a shear force, values of a bending moment, values of a reactions, right? And generally, we need to decide the location, at which location this bending moment is maximum, at which location of the load shear force is maximum, right? At which location reactions are maximum. That we are trying to study by using this influence line diagram. That's why initially we try to study influence line diagram for the reaction. I have clearly explained how to draw or how to construct the influence line diagram for the support reaction. Then I have explained the influence line diagram for the shear force at a particular section. Then influence line diagram for a bending moment at a section. Again, you need to construct, it is by defining a generalized equation, and once you put x values in that equation, you will get all these coordinates of the influence line diagram, and definitely you are able to construct the influence line diagram easily, right? Now there are more people are saying the definition, that is a variation of a force or that function at any given quantum structure. Okay, that is the basic fundamental point. And in last session we try to discuss this example number 3. Actually, I have shared two files, one with a name of rolling loads, other one is the influence line on the classroom, if you have checked, right? And in rolling loads file, they are not means they have explained just the situation, how to incorporate the effect of a moving load whenever there are multiple loads are there and they are changing the position, and how to find out the uh, mm, maximum bending moment, maximum shear force, or locations where these they will occur. But in this another file is their influence line, means you can find out these approaches by using the concept of influence line, means from the influence line diagram. So purposefully, I try to explain this example number 1.3. Actually, that is a one simply supported beam is there, and load is there shorter than the span of the beam is a 30 meter, and your span of the UDL is 6 meter. Means this one of the case that we have studied, how to find out the shear force and bending moment, right? I think this is clear to everybody that how to find out the shear force and bending moment. And purposefully I gave in another way, that is by influence line diagram. So now if you see, there are total 5 cases for this moving load. That what are these 5 cases? Some of these cases that we have discussed, that is one simple case, that is started is the single concentrated load, that also we have seen. Then it is simple, then UDL longer than the beam span and UDL shorter than the beam span. One both on both these cases we have seen the example. Then another case number 4 and case number 5, that is whenever there are two wheel loads, means separated by a distance, means there are two concentrated loads. At that time, how to decide where the maximum bending moment will be occur. Then another one last case is the maximum multiple wheel loads, right? These two cases that I have to discuss. And for this UDL shorter than the span, that you have to locate, or you have to distribute your UDL in such a way that it should be a proportionate to the beam span. Now that example number 1.3, we check here, we have to find out the maximum bending moment at 5 meter, 10 meter, and 30 meter. Only 6 meter span of the UDL is there. Now question arises how to distribute this load. Means at what position of this UDL you will get a maximum bending moment at that 5 meter span, 10 meter span, or 30 meter span. That is a conceptual question. And the one clue or one thing that you have to remember is that you have to distribute UDL in such a way that it should be in the proportion of the your span. Means your span, it is divided by AC divided by CB, means 5 divided by 25, means it is the ratio of 1:5. So your UDL should be distributed in 1:5 manner, means 1 meter portion on the AC side and a 5 meter portion on the CB side. Likewise, by doing number of trials also, I have shown you how you will get a maximum bending moment at that point. right? You can think of logically how the load, if load started moving from A point to B point. Now today we'll discuss that case of the two train loads or two wheel loads when they are moving from one end of the girder to other end. How to find out the maximum reaction, how to find out the shear force, and how to find out the bending moment. All these points we'll try to discuss. So there will be a example. Now this is the example number 4, is a UDL, again shorter than the span. Example number means all these you can go through the solved example. Now this is the case. Again, simply supported. SS stands for simply supported. Simply supported beams with two concentrated loads. Two concentrated loads. You can see this is general case they try to explain. Means there is a AB beam. It is a simply supported and it is carrying a two concentrated loads. First load is a W1, second one is a W2, and there is some distance between these two concentrated loads. That is the distance is given by C, right? This case of loading arises. Now where this situation will occur? In a bridge girders traversed by two axial vehicles, and this also occurs in a gantry girders. For the loading case, to make any meaning, the spacing of axle has to be smaller than the span in question. So don't think about the understanding about these sentences. You just remember this where this situation will occur in reality. In reality, you will come across in bridges or gantry girders. You might not know about gantry girders, but you will come across in steel structures. There is one separate chapter, that is gantry girders. They are used in industrial structures for lifting some heavy loads, or there will be some kind of a mechanism is there, right? Where particularly there are two wheels. There is a wheel and that wheel is rotating in just like on that beam portion in horizontal direction. So there are two concentrated loads, and whenever there are two axle vehicles are there, heavy loaded vehicles, actually in reality load is not concentrated load, but that is one of the assumptions we are making. Our job is to simplify the complicated things. So we are unable to predict the behavior of the complicated things, and we always want an approximate behavior. We don't want an exact and real behavior in order to, because we want a practically feasible solution. That's why we are making some assumption, because in every subject we will see there are some assumptions are there in every subject. Here this concentrated load we are assuming, but in reality load is a non-uniform in nature. It is highly difficult to consider or incorporate the effect of non-uniform load, because if you check the bridge, and if you just check the vehicles traveling over the bridge, there are heterogeneous nature of vehicles. Some two-wheelers are there, as company changes, its weight changes, and all the things are changes. But as engineer, we want a most extreme value. So that's why we are considering for heavy loaded cases or loaded vehicles, right? So that is the case. You can see now we will see this is the C is the distance between two loads. Means these two loads are separated by distance. Now for this case, we have to say where this maximum positive shear force will occur, where maximum negative will occur, and where maximum bending moment will occur. And in order to occur maximum bending moment at a particular location, where should be the location of these two loads? That is the load number W1 and load number W2. Now you can see there are three cases. Means they have considered any arbitrary section X and another X. There is a point they have considered just a first load, that is a W1, that is at a distance A, and span is a W. Now three cases they have identified. Means generally we want a critical cases where there is a possibility of getting a maximum value, because wherever there is a maximum shear force and maximum bending moment, there at that location there is a possibility of a failure. So our job is to prevent the failure. Means we want a stable structure. For that purpose we need to concentrate on that failure points, so that we can restrict or we can prevent the future failures. So you can see there are three cases, generalized cases that we are trying to see. First, we will consider this A is greater than X, A is less than X. Means both loads to be on the left of this section. Both loads to the left of this section X under consideration. Means sometimes there are two situations. Sometimes they will ask you a particular location. Means they will give you, let us say 10-meter span is there, and you just find out the maximum bending moment at a 5 meter. right? At that point also you have to decide how your shape of the influence line diagram looks like. Wherever the maximum ordinates are there, on that maximum ordinate you have to locate your load, so you will get a maximum shear force or maximum bending moment. So likewise, just you see, go through the cases. I'm not saying you go in detail wise. When we are trying to solve a exact problem, then you will get an idea. One case is a is less than x. A is less than x. A is nothing but the point below is the one of the load. As a is less than x means both loads to be, means as a is less means a should be on this left hand side, means the w1 should be here and section should be somewhere here. So in this case both loads are on the left hand side. Then second situation is a is greater than x. A is greater than, means this existing situation is a is greater than x. Then and a minus c, a minus c less than x when the loads are on either side of x, means here the loads are on either side, one load is on left side, other is on right side. And third case is a minus c is greater than x when both loads are to be the right of the x. You just remember, if your section means there are three cases when loads are on the left side of the section, that is the case number one. And in second case when both loads are on either side of the sections, and in third case both concentrated loads on right side of the x. म्हणजे जो सेक्शन, ज्या सेक्शनला आपल्याला मॅक्झिमम बेंडिंग मोमेंट किंवा मॅक्झिमम शिअर फोर्स फाइंड आउट करायचे, त्या सेक्शनच्या लेफ्ट हँड साइडला दोन्ही लोड असतील तर ती केस नंबर एक असेल. आणि केस नंबर दोन असेल काय, जर त्याच्या राईट हँड साइडला एक लोड असेल आणि लेफ्ट हँड साइडला एक लोड असेल तर दॅट इज द केस नंबर 2. अँड जर त्या सेक्शनच्या म्हणजे जो सेक्शन अंडर कन्सिडरेशन आहे त्या सेक्शनच्या जर राईट हँड साइडला दोन्ही लोड्स असतील तो असेल केस नंबर 3. यू जस्ट रिमेंबर दीज केसेस बिकॉज we have to cross check or we have to do a number of trials in order to check they are the possible cases. They are the possible cases means among any one of the, for any one of the case you will get maximum value. Now let us say first of all you have to find out the maximum positive shear force at x. So you check for when a is less than x means your both loads on the left hand side. Then you check both loads on either side. Now there are some lots of theoretical calculations that did, but we will directly go for the numerical. म्हणजे आता मला जर मॅक्झिमम पॉझिटिव्ह शिअर फोर्स फाइंड आउट करायचा आहे कुठे कुठल्या पॉइंटला येईल, त्याच्यासाठी क्रायटेरिया काय असेल. मीन्स देर आर सम कंडिशन, like one of the condition that we have to remember that if UDL is shorter than the span and if you want a maximum bending moment at a particular location, then that UDL should be distributed over the beam in such a way that or in proportion to the beam proportion or proportion of or ratio of that point. Now they for same for the maximum negative shear force for both three cases they are trying to check, and maximum negative shear force. Then after that there may be a maximum positive bending moment. Bending moment diagram looks like this in general way. Now there may be some conclusion, there are lots of things are there. So it is better if you directly go for the this numerical so that you will get at least idea how to find out the maximum positive shear force and maximum bending moment. I think anybody have any questions? Somebody try to keep their Mahesh, your mic is on. Quickly just we will go through one of the example. Almost 20 minutes are remaining. Yeah, this may be the example good for understanding for you people. Now this is from the influence lines. Directly I will go. Is it clear whatever I try to say? Saili, Namita, Samriddhi, you can give responses in chat box. It is better so that I will get an idea. Now you can see uh, mm, example number 2.3, that is from influence lines PDF. Now if you check these values, rolling loads, purposefully I have scanned yesterday all the pages from that book and I have uploaded on the classroom so that you will get an idea. In this rolling loads PDF, the problems are not solved. Means effect of moving load is not incorporated, but not by using influence line concept, in by traditional way, by traditional way. But in influence lines, the effect is incorporated or problems are solved by using influence line diagram. And our focus is on this only, right? By this you can solve. Okay. Now there are 2 point loads, 100 kilonewton and 200 kilonewton, spaced by 3 meter apart, cross a girder of a space cross a girder of a span 15 meter from left to right with 100 kilonewton load leading with 100 kilonewton load leading. Actually this is not a loading, this is a leading म्हणजे तो लीड करतोय, मीन्स दॅट लोड इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल अदर लोड्स, म्हणजे सगळ्यात पुढे आहे. ड्रॉ द इन्फ्लुएन्स लाइन्स फॉर अ शियर फोर्स फॉर बेंडिंग मोमेंट, right? Draw the influence line diagram for the shear force and for the bending moment and find the value of maximum shear force, maximum bending moment at section D, at section D, that is 6 meter from the left hand support. Also find out the absolute maximum bending moment due to given load system. आता ह्या न्यूमरिकल मध्ये 15 मीटर स्पॅनचा बीम आहे, त्यावरती 2 कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड लोड्स ऍक्ट होत आहेत आणि त्या 2 कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड लोड्स कोणत्या आहेत, 100 किलोन्यूटन आहे, 200 किलोन्यूटन आहे आणि त्या 2 लोड्स मधलं जे डिस्टन्स आहे ते 3 मीटर दिलेलं आहे. बरोबर. आता इथं त्यांनी एक स्पेसिफाईड लोकेशन केले. पहिला क्वेश्चन सांगितले आपल्याला, तुम्ही त्याच्या शियर फोर्स अँड बेंडिंग मुवमेंट साठी इन्फ्लुएन्स लाइन डायग्राम ड्रॉ करा. राइट. नाउ एव्हरीबडी शुड हॅव एन आयडिया व्हॉट विल बी द शेप ऑफ इन्फ्लुएन्स लाइन डायग्राम. आता इथं त्यांनी एक लोकेशन दिलेलं आहे आपल्याला. देन इन सेकंड फाइंड द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ मॅक्झिमम शियर फोर्स अँड मॅक्झिमम बेंडिंग मुवमेंट ऍट सेक्शन डी. आणि कधी कधी असं पण क्वेश्चन्स असतात की तुम्हाला ते लोकेशन डिसाइड दिसेल. नाउ डिसाइड, नाउ लोकेट द maximum bending moment location or maximum shear force location also. So there are two kinds of situation. Now here, now what we have to do, first of all we have to draw the influence line diagram. The second we have to find out maximum shear force and bending moment at section D, and lastly also find out absolute maximum bending moment. This is for this absolute maximum bending moment where this will occur, that location is that we have to decide, now 3 cases are there. Now first of all, now everybody knows that the influence line diagram how looks like this. Means if shear force is there, your influence line diagram will be like this. If shear force at a particular section, let us say, means shear force diagram comes like this. So I will try to this is the bending, if this is the bending moment, influence line diagram for bending moment. For a shear force at a section, it should be like this. It should be like this, positive, negative. Now let us say if your loads are starting from this point and if you want to get a maximum negative shear force, then where to locate the loads? 100 kilonewton should be at a D, then 200 should be behind 3 meter of that. बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे जर मला मॅक्झिमम पॉझिटिव्ह शियर फोर्स हवा असेल तर तुमचे हे लोड्स कुठल्या पॉइंट्सला असले पाहिजेत, 200 किलोन्यूटन लोड हा ह्या पॉइंटला असला पाहिजे, डी ला पाहिजे. बरोबर आहे. आय विल जस्ट शो विथ ग्रीन कलर. पण इथं पॉसिबली येईल काय, तो येईल. सुरुवातीला इथून निघाला, 3 मीटर कव्हर केलं, त्याच्यानंतर पुढचे 3 मीटर कव्हर केले, 6 मीटर झाले. जेव्हा हा इथं 200 हवा, इथून पुढे 3 मीटर डिस्टन्स वरती तुमचा 100 पाहिजे, बरोबर. तेव्हाच तुम्हाला मॅक्झिमम पॉझिटिव्ह शिअर फोर्स भेटेल. आणि इथं पण तुम्हाला 100 न्यूटन अडी वरती जेव्हा असेल तेव्हा मॅक्झिमम निगेटिव्ह शिअर फोर्स भेटेल. ओके, नाउ विल चेक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बेंडिंग मोमेंट. We'll check first of all bending moment. Bending moment diagram is known to everybody. It looks like this. आता हा मिडल ऑर्डिनेट सगळ्याला फाइंड आउट करता येतो. WAB बाय L हा जो पॉइंट डी च्या खालचा ऑर्डिनेट आहे, दॅट इज इट इज जस्ट अ WAB बाय L. W तुम्ही युनिट अज्युम करा, म्हणजे जस्ट AB बाय L करा. A 6 मीटर आहे, B 15 मायनस 6 आहे. इन द सेम वे 6 मायनस 9 डिवाइड बाय 15 हे किती आलं 3.6 मीटर. तर मॅक्झिमम बेंडिंग मोमेंट कसं फाइंड आउट करणार. आता यू डिसाइड, म्हणजे पहिल्यांदा तुम्ही यू कॅन गो फॉर द ट्रायल अँड एरर. यू कॅन गो फॉर द ट्रायल अँड एरर. लेट अस अज्युम द फर्स्ट प्रोबेबल location, first trial number 1. Initially, before understanding the concept, let us say this 200 kilometers is at point A. Then another location will be this. Now you check for this. You try to find out the bending moment at this point when the loads are at this location. Then in second case, when what is the second position? Second position will be this one. Your 100 will be at this and 200 will be at this, right? Then you check for this. Then in third position you can check your 100 will be 3 meter from this point. Then you check for this, right? And among the several trials you will find particular trial number or particular location. At that point you will get the maximum bending. So for first trial you will not get maximum bending. Now today we have less time, almost 8 minutes are remaining, so I will go a little bit fast. So I'm just giving an idea how to go for this. Then for second trial also you will not get a maximum bending. For the third trial you will get maximum bending, means your 200 is at this distance and 100 will be at this distance. Okay, now how to find out the bending moment at this location, we will see just now. There is a criteria. Maximum bending moment at D occurs under critical load, and this load, when it moves from left to right or right to left, B changes sign of LR and the differential loading where. Now today what you will do, you just go by trial and error. Don't understand or don't go through this, but criteria are there. Directly you try to compute the maximum bending moment. Means for this case, how the bending moment is calculated, I am giving. Just you skip these points, right? Just in order to get an idea that you can find out this ordinate. Once you get this ordinate and the remaining ordinate that you can find out by the your similar triangle concept, your similar triangle concept, right? Load multiplied by ordinate, 200 multiplied by ordinate plus you can how to find out maximum load. It will be a load multiplied by ordinate. आता जर पहिल्या केस मध्ये किंवा सेकंड ट्रायल जे आहे तुमचं इथे येईल, बरोबर आहे. तुमचा सेकंड ट्रायल मध्ये 100 किलोमीटर लोड इथे येईल, बरोबर. मग जेव्हा तुम्हाला ह्या लोडचा खालचा ऑर्डिनेट फाइंड आउट करायला लागेल आणि तुम्हाला ह्याची ऍडिशन करायला लागेल. 100 इंटू हा जो काही ऑर्डिनेट आहे प्लस 200 इंटू 3.6. 3 ट्रायल्स होतील ह्यामध्ये, 3 किंवा आणखीन एक होईल 3 3 6 3 9 आणि परत आणखीन तुम्ही पुढच्या 9 3 12 12 3 15 म्हणजे 4 ट्रायल्स होतील ह्याच्यामध्ये. म्हणजे ह्या फर्स्ट केस मध्ये म्हणजे प्रत्येक 3-3 मीटरचे जे ट्रायल्स आहेत, लोड इथून झाला 15/3 केलं तर 5 होतील किंवा 4 होतील, बरोबर. 3 चा 1 3 2 6 3 3 5 होतील ट्रायल्स. Okay, now you check for all the 5 trials. You try to find out the bending, and for one trial you will get a maximum value. But this is not a way to solve any problem. Means generally we try to study with we engineers or the people in our literature, they try to study likewise trials, and from several trials, from the experimentation or from the study of several trials, they decided some condition. Means when we check this condition, you will get within within less time without checking number of trials, right? Now similarly for shear force also you have to do. Diagram will be like this. Then you go for number of trials. You go for the number of trials. Now this is the diagram. Now from first trial, if you want to get a maximum, just remember, जर तुम्हाला मॅक्झिमम व्हॅल्यू पाहिजे असेल, कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड लोड्स असतील तर त्याचे ऑर्डिनेट्स पण मॅक्झिमम पाहिजे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला ज्या ठिकाणी मॅक्झिमम लोड आहे तिथे मॅक्झिमम ऑर्डिनेट असले पाहिजे. दॅट इज अ प्रोबेबल लोकेशन टू गेट अ मॅक्झिमम बेंडिंग. आता इथं ऑब्विसली मी सांगेल हा सेकंड केस, फर्स्ट ट्रायल, सेकंड ट्रायल आणि थर्ड ट्रायलला तुम्हाला भेटेल मॅक्झिमम बेंडिंग. तुम्ही इथनं पुढच्या ट्रायल्स गेलात, फोर्थ आणि फिफ्थ ट्रायल घ्याल तेव्हा हे ऑर्डिनेट्स ऑलरेडी कमी कमी होत जातात. डायग्राम ते ऑटोमॅटिक टाकलं म्हणजे लॉजिकली तुम्हाला तिथं समजायला हवं की ऑर्डिनेट्स कमी कमी होत जातात, त्यामुळे बेंडिंग मोमेंटची व्हॅल्यू पण कमी कमी होत जाते. तुम्हाला बेंडिंग मोमेंट डायग्राम कशी भेटणार आहे? सम ऑफ द लोड मल्टिप्लाय बाय ऑर्डिनेट. आणि जर युडीएल असेल तर तिथं एरिया मल्टिप्लाय बाय एरिया ऑफ द इन्फ्लुएन्स लाईन मल्टिप्लाय बाय युडीएल, राईट? शियर फोर्सच्या बाबतीत पण तसंच, जिथे मॅक्झिमम ऑर्डिनेट असतील. आता इथे ह्या लोकेशनला दिस इज द आयएलडी फॉर द शियर फोर्स. हा तुम्हाला जर पॉझिटिव्ह शियर फोर्स हवा असेल तर तुम्हाला दिस इज द प्रोबेबल लोकेशन. दिस इज द प्रोबेबल लोकेशन. आणि निगेटिव्ह पाहिजे असेल तर तुम्हाला ह्या सेकंड ट्रायल विल बी द बेस्ट. यू कॅन चेक फॉर दिस. दिस इज द ट्रायल. You just find out the ordinates and you can find out the maximum positive shear force and maximum bending. Now for absolute shear, absolute bending moment, there are some conditions that we will discuss later on. Conditions related to absolute maximum bending moment, right? What we have to do, is it clear everybody? Now you just try one tutorial. Today itself you have to solve this example number 2.3 from, you can check from which file, influence lines. I will give a tutorial task for all of you and I will create a link also, and you go by solving this number of trials. There may be 4 or 5 trials, 5 may be there, and you check values of maximum bending moment for all 5 trials, maximum shear positive shear force all 5 trials, and maximum negative shear force, absolute maximum bending moment, I will discuss in another session. Is it clear everybody? Roshan, Mahesh, Abhay, you just give responses if you have any questions. All are open. If you have any question, then you can ask. Abhijit, any questions? Harshal, Saili? Just 1 minute is over to end the meeting. Please be fast. Anybody have any questions? At least somebody just turn on mic and you can speak if you want to say something. There is a demand from your side. I am speaking at fast speed. You are unable to get it. And someone again, some students are saying, and that I am trying to speak in English. They want this mode of communication in mixed mode language like that. I think this is the session number 13. Tutorial only example number 2.3. Yes, this tutorial that you have to solve by example, and how to solve that idea that I gave you. Means you have to go for 4-5